first time I'm filming where this wall behind me has been yellow now. It was white before. Don't believe me, look at old videos, but it was definitely white before and it's now yellow. Sunrise, I think, is the exact name. And yeah, I really like it. There'll be a video coming very soon. But no, I like this a lot. But now this has been decorated, I'm now scared because all of our floor is being taken up because we have electrics issues, so yeah. It's fun being a homeowner. Hi guys, welcome back. I hope you had a great weekend and you're having a good week so far. Only like 4 more days to go until the weekend. Only 4, not too many. So today what I wanted to do was talk to you about some Body Shop makeup and give you my top 5 products from their makeup line. So when you think of the Body Shop, I generally do think of their body products, like their body butters, washes, all of that fun stuff, which they're kind of renowned for and are like some of their best products. I don't usually really go for them for makeup, but towards the end of last year I thought, you know what, I really want to give it a go. I want to see how, like, what their range is like, what their products are like, if they're like good, because they are a little bit pricier than like your normal drugstore. I'd say they're kind of going on the like the Max Factor end of pricing rather than the Rimmel end of pricing, you know. So I say Max Factor, I mean more like number 7. Number 7's a bit pricey, yeah. So they're more like the number 7 kind of pricing rather than like the Rimmel's kind of pricing, you know. So I wanted to test out some of their bits and pieces, see what I thought, and let you know what my top 5 were. So for the past few months I have been trying out lots of different pieces of their makeup, and the stuff I'm talking about today is pretty much becoming like holy grail stuff for me. There's a couple that I will literally use every single day pretty much, and others that I'll use like very intermittently but I do still really like, and yeah, I just wanted to give you my top 5. Let me know if you want to see a top 5 for any other brands at all, and pop that down below in the comments and I'll definitely be happy to test. Always happy to test makeup out, so yeah, put those below. And yeah, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button if you like the videos and you want to see more and you want to stay up to date. I do 2 videos a week. And yeah, without further ado, let's show you the products. Now I am wearing these all on my face today, so I'm going to do it in the order that I applied to my face. Okay, so first up we have a primer, and I actually did a whole video testing this against the Clarins SOS primer, and this is actually a very, very good dupe for that. So this is the Body Shop Instaglow CC cream, and this particular one is in Peachy Glow. They do lots of different colours because it is technically a CC cream, so it's meant to kind of be colour correcting. But for me, I use this as a primer just to kind of add a little bit of glow to the skin, perfect the skin, just kind of blur those pores a little bit, and it does all of that. I really like this, and if you want to see that video where I'm comparing the two, because the is it Clinique or the Clarins SOS primer that I love is like my holy grail primer right now, and this is a really, really good dupe of it. The only thing I'd say with the two is this is kind of a lot more of a darker peach, so it does show more on the skin as that kind of a colour, so I don't wear this on its own, whereas the Clarins SOS primer I do tend to wear on its own when I'm having days where I'm not wearing makeup but I still want my skin to look good. But as a primer, this is really, really good. It does everything I want a primer to do. It's very, very affordable, and I really, really like it. So I highly, highly recommend that. It's great. And if you want to see more about this particular product, then I will link that video up in the cards, which I think will be up here. I think. Ooh, MOT's booked. Yay! MOT's booked. That's fine. You'd think having a brother as a mechanic would make this process easier. It doesn't when he forgets that he's meant to be booking you in. But the actual MOT side of it being done, that's fine. Like, that's all good. Plus, he's recently qualified to do MOT, so that's great. So the next the next product is another face base product, and it is this. This is just their loose face powder. It's not translucent. There is a shade. I've got 02, which really I probably should have had 01. This one is like a little bit kind of peachier, as you can see here, but to be honest, it doesn't leave the face feeling like super cakey or looking cakey, which I do find with some powders that do have like a shade to them, they end up kind of looking a little bit cakey. This powder does not do it at all. It's very kind of finely milled. It looks really, really lovely on the skin. I've been kind of testing it against my Glossier Wilder powder, which I love, and that just leaves like the skin looking very airbrushed and like Instagram ready, and very kind of like really, really nice, and sets everything for the day really nicely. And this does all of that as well, to be honest. It's actually quite a nice little dupe for that. I would say it's not quite as finely milled, but it still is finely milled. But yeah, this is really, really nice. It's really, really good for setting under the eyes. I like that a lot. It doesn't add too much extra coverage, which I like. And it just sets the face really, really nicely. Everything stays in place. There's no like glitter or shimmer or anything. Oh, I made it really, really messy in there now. There's no like glitter or shimmer in there. It's just a nice way to finish off the face. It doesn't leave it looking like super matte. It just gives it a very natural finish, which I like. And you know what? Yeah, it's kind of a little bit messy, loose powder is, but I do like that it has like that kind of sieve thing, so that it's not just like you open it up and like whew, powder everywhere. It's a little bit more contained. I just dip a bit in my lid and use it that way. But this is really, really nice. I like this a lot. I feel like this is on the more expensive side of the products that I'm talking about today. I can't remember. But it is a really nice powder and I do like it a lot. Okay, so next up is something that is already kind of very hyped, or like it has a good reputation in the beauty crowd, in the beauty industry, and it is their honey bronzer. So this is in the shade medium matte. It's a touch dark for me. They didn't have the one that was a little bit lighter, but it's still really, really nice. It is a matte bronzer, which I prefer. I do prefer something a little bit more matte to a little bit more shimmery. If I want to add shimmer, I'll just put highlighting, like a darker highlighter on top, it's fine. But this as a bronzer is really, really nice. It is very, very pigmented, so it's very easy to go on board. So I would always kind of start with a little bit and then build up as you go. It does remind me a bit of Benefit Hoola. I think it's just a little bit warmer than Benefit Hoola, but a little bit more orangey toned than that. Benefit Hoola is a little bit cooler toned, but in terms of the depth of the colour and the quality of the product, I would put it up there with Hoola. And it's just a really, really nice bronzer. I think the packaging is nice, it's nice and big. I like a big bronzer. I don't get those brands that do like little bronzers, because you use like a big fluffy brush with a bronzer, right? Is that just me? But you do, you get a big fluffy brush, you roll it around in there, you put it on the face, and then some brands have like really small little packaging for their bronzers, and I'm like, I can get my brush in there, that's useless. No. But I think this is like the right kind of size packaging. But I really like this, and I know this whole honey bronze range is very hyped with the Body Shop. People really like it. Oh, why do I do this? Whenever I sit on the floor down here, my back always starts to hurt. And then these last two products are like holy grail-esque products for me. They're ones I just could not live without. And this one in particular, I use every single day. And it is their little all-in-one cheek blush. This is in the shade Macaroon. I don't know if it's the formula, the consistency, or just this shade, but it's perfect. It's like a really lovely everyday nude. It's not too blushy, it's not got too much like pinky tone in there, it's not too peachy toned, it's not too yellow. It's just like a perfect blushy nude, you know? And I really, really like it. I'd say it was more on like the peach side than the pink side, which might be why I like it so much, but I really like it. It's very, very easy to apply. It blends out beautifully. It's not too in your face, it's not too pigmented. And I know I've just gone on about the size of this, and I like the fact that this is big. I like the fact that this is small because I only use like a smaller blush brush, this one from Spectrum, and actually it's just perfect to go in here. It's very travel friendly, it's really nice. I just think I really, really rate this as a blush. I've been reaching for this over like my Hourglass blush. But yeah, I am really liking this. I would highly recommend trying out this blush. They do it in a range of colours. You can find one that you prefer if you don't like this shade. Although if you don't like this shade, what's wrong with you? To be fair, if you're darker skin tone, this is probably not going to be a blush shade for you. But I really like this. This is like my holy grail and probably my number one out of everything that I'm talking about today. I like it a lot. And then last but by no means least, because I flipping love the formula of these, we have their matte liquid lips. So I got these in like a bundle thing that they had for Christmas. They have lots and lots of colours. These are just so lovely. They're more like a creamy formula, like a creamy whipped formula, very similar to like the NYX soft matte lip creams. They are much more like creamy and like whipped than than like a traditional liquid lipstick. They are very easy to apply. There isn't really any bleed with them. The only thing I'd say is with like a darker one like this, I do still use like a lip liner because it is darker and I have like a scar on my lip, so it's just a bit, I need to have like a lip liner to kind of just make it a little bit neater, but you don't necessarily need lip liner with these because they are so easy to apply and there isn't really any bleed. They're also just so comfortable to wear. Like I'm wearing this shade here, Windsor Rose, which is like a very neutral taupe which I'm obsessed with at the moment. Very much like that. I'm wearing that on my lips now, and you know what, I can't even feel it. I wouldn't even know I'm wearing it. It just glides on, it dries very quickly. It's not drying considering it's a matte liquid lip. I really like this. I should probably swatch this one as well, just so that you can see it, because this is also beautiful. Just like those shades. They're really nicely pigmented. They're not streaky, they just are really, really nice kind of cream liquid lips, and I have been reaching for these a lot over a lot of other lip products, especially Windsor Rose. I'm having a bit of a moment with nude lips, as you know. I believe this was in my nude lips video the other day, so I'll link that in the cards as well if you're interested, but I really, really like that, and these are just really good. I like these a lot. And that is everything. I hope you guys like this video. I did do a video, I think just before Christmas, where I used, it was basically a full face of Body Shop makeup, so I will link that in the cards as well if you are interested. But yeah, so there are lots of other products from them that I do like. I don't know why I do this. There are lots of other products from them that I do really like. There are some that I'm not that keen on, but these are my top 5. Let me know if you want me to do like my bottom 5 as well, if you would be interested in that. I'm happy to do that as well. And yeah, but that is everything. I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you do. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button just down in the corner there, that big red one. And I will see you all again on Friday. Bye.